Now, what we need is we need to be able to produce stuff, and that requires this assembly machine. Since we are in here, this is the tech tree, okay, list of technologies. There's a couple of things that they don't tell you right off the bat, but they're pretty self-explanatory. The yellowish green backgrounds on all of these means that these are available technologies that you can train, that you can learn, that you can put your lab to work to figure out how to make, okay? The green background ones are already researched. They're done. So every time you complete an available one, they become a green background one down here somewhere, okay? The red ones, you guessed it, unavailable. You can't do them yet because they have prerequisites. They have these requirements. This one right here requires you to have learned this one, blah, 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 back and forth and all that fun stuff. So if I want to train up that, I have to train that. And to enable to train, to make this available to train, I have to train automation, okay? Which, lucky for us, that's the one we're going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and hit research on that. These little guys are going to load up our laboratories. And our laboratories are going to do the research and pump out all this cool stuff. So one way we can speed this up is we can actually produce some more laboratories. But since we're out of plates, we need to gather some up. Lucky for us, we've got this whole thing going for us right here, right? So we're going to just kind of scoop them all up by holding F and running across it. Okay. Now I can go into E, which takes us into our inventory and our crafting menu. And I am going to go ahead and we are going to create 2 more labs. That's going to enable us to do our research twice as fast. Very important. And just like that, we have this figured out. So now we are going to research the electronics. That's going to be a good one to go with. All right. So we need at least 2 of those. And I don't know how many of those we have. Only 4. That may not be enough. We'll just make all of those that we can. And once again, we're going to collect up all the copper and steel or iron plates. They're not steel. We learned steel later. Oh, well, that's why it's going so slow. We only have 1 over here. That's just ridiculous. We need another one. Okay, so we've got another one building, and that'll help us to produce twice as much. So, in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and do that. Just to get it prepared, right? And boop, there we go. Now this gentleman is going to start creating us some plates, much needed plates. So we should have an even load coming through from now on. Whereas right now we don't. It keeps skipping it every once in a while. You'll see. So we'll do this for just a second. Grab it all, scoop it all up, get it good. Alright, giggity giggity. Now, that's going to go just like that. And there you have it. Pretty good, right? Okay. Now, 2 and 2 and 2. Yeah, it's going to be a little staggered, but you know what? It was fun setting it up, wasn't it? Okie dokie. So, got these guys going. We need some more stuff. We need to actually be producing this stuff. Why aren't we producing it? Well, that's pretty simple actually. We need to give a little bit of space here. And one of the things that I like to do is you can back these back to back if you want to. However, that's not the way we're going to roll this one. We're going to go you can have one right here because you're going to go ahead and you're going to always be feeding it something. You can have up to 3 of these in here, okay? So you can have 3 different items being fed in from one side. Then you can have an item fed out, right? And also an item fed out. But we need them. Let's see here. This one's going to be taking those. It's going to create stuff. It's going to feed it out. It's going to go down the line, and then it's going to be fed into this one. And then the magic happens. That's right. I said magic. It's going to get pretty crazy. Alright, so we made all those that we can make. We need one of these, a long-handed inserter. And then we need all the transport belts that we can get. Very important. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum. We're going to collect up all this. Quite frankly, we don't have enough right now. So, let's get enough, okay? So here's what we're going to do. Now we're going to take another line. This line is our important line. This is the one that's going to feed the good stuff out. Oh, I went one too far. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Alright, so we take this yellow and this red one. I'm not colorblind. And we're going to go up like that, okay? This guy, whatever he creates, is going to be fed up here, and it's going to go up there. You guessed it. This is going to be one of the science potions. So this one needs to produce something that the science one needs. So, let's find out what the science needs. Science Pack 1 needs iron gears and copper plates. Iron gears and copper plates. Copper plates are not a problem. They'll come down the conveyor. This guy, however, needs to be making those iron gears, those cogs. So we're going to tell it, make those. And then. No, and then. Right? No? Okay. Anyways, we're going to do this and this. No, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Why? I don't know why. I'm just going to do it, okay? I'm going to replace that. I'm going to do it like that. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just like so. And give it just a little power. There we go. Now, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, and 3. Space. 1, 2, 3. Space. I goofed it up again. Okay. I'm gonna have to change that up a little bit. I like things to be perfect as best as possible. So, go out just a little bit further with this. We're going to go in a little bit further with that. Now, we already know that 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, right? The reason I'm doing that is because there's 3 spaces that you can choose on one side of this. This is a 3 by 3. So the next one will go down right there, okay? And then it's going to feed out up here. And then this one is going to feed in right there, as well as feeding in from down here. Now, this one we're going to set to the reds. And we're going to take what we have made and drop them right there. You notice this red arm's putting it all the way up there, right? Okay. So, this guy's going to make the gears. The gears are going to come down here, be fed into them. And then that's going to fill up. And then this one is going to start picking up the copper plates and putting them in there. And are we low on power? No? Sometimes they're slow and have a hard time picking them up when it's low on power. Truth. Okay. So, that's going to go like that. This one is going to take the iron plates. So you'll notice that this one won't be buffering as much anymore, but this one below will keep filling up. It's because we don't have anything constructing down there yet. So now we've got this being powered. This is all automated so far. Everything that's coming down the line here being fed into here. These guys are feeding each other, and this one is, they're now spitting out the final product, which is going up here and being used by the labs to do research. Pretty simple, huh? I think what else we're missing. Ah, yes. Neat little trick. If you want to replace something with a newer version, you can literally just place it right over top of it, and it'll replace it with one that's the next step up. Okay? And that'll make them the same speed. So, one thing we can do, we can kill this, and all these are going to be dead. Let's see here. Take that out of there, just so we can get that extra piece out. The reason I did this is to sync them all up. Now I can take this, place them back together, and they're all going to work at the same speed. They should be doing the exact same thing from now on. Should. Theoretically. Oh, if I clear them out. Okay. So, that's what we're going to do. Alright. So... I'm going to try this. I don't know if this is actually going to work or not, but we're going to try it, okay? Hey, it may or may not work. That's the whole thing here. We're researching this. Now, this one's done. 5, 2. This one's done 5 and 2. This one's done 5 and 2. 5 and 3. Wait a second. 5 and 2. There we go. Now, if we are to reconnect the power, we should then get pretty even flow coming out there. That's the same. That's pretty much the same. There we go. Now the flow should be synchronized from here on out. I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on that. We'll see if it deviates. It should not, because this whole thing is based off of timing, so... Okay. Alright, so... everything's going pretty good, I think. I'm going to take this off here and this off here. I'm going to put them at the end of the line, just so that they catch anything that gets to the very end. So we're not buffering anything. And look at that! We now have learned electronics. So, that's what we did. Now, circuit networks are awesome once you have the robots. Until then, though, they're not so awesome. They can be if you want to use the red and green wire networks and the smart chests. However, I'm not a huge fan of them. So, yeah, maybe some other time, right? Oh, looks like they add these back into the game. I don't remember these being in there before. Okie dokie. We're gonna do walls. And then we're gonna do the turrets, because we need those pretty bad. So, we'll let this keep going. I want to see, actually, can I make 2 more of those? I can. And then I've got enough to do 2 more. So what I'm going to try and do here, I'm going to try and speed up the speed at which those things get produced. We're going to do 1 more right there, and 1 more right there. We're going to do in this. Hello, I wasn't ready for you.